Today's first topic, causative passive sentence. Okay, so what was about causative?
Causative is so we call 刺激.
Mm-hmm.
So talking about the action.
Uh-huh.
So if we want to say talk about doing myself, or doing myself, doing oneself. So you just say,例えば私は学校に行く so like that. But um no so like come on. So the
Okay,
different.
yes, but if it's not like doer's own action, but this
Mhm.
action involves director, okay? Director.
A director, yeah, director.
ディレクターは doer
Door
に
ドアに
verb させます。Mm-hmm.
させます。
Mm-hmm. So that's a director's action, director's
うん。
sentence. Okay, causative. Then what's happening if you wanna explain your perspective of sentence? Do or what? Mm-hmm. Continue.
ドアはディレクターにバーブさせられる。
Exactly. させられます. That's the today's theme, causative passive. Okay, let's
うん。
see how Andy explained about this grammar. Alrighty.
うん。
So let's jump into the causative passive. Causative passive sentences. They're not as bad as you think, I don't think. Although, to be fair, when Yuki was helping me with the textbook practice exercises, she was having difficulty with them. Just because it's not something that is used super frequently, at least in conversation. You will see it in books and stuff, and you may use it from time to time. There's a few times in particular, which I'll go over in a little bit, that I have used it. You'll see why. So, before we get into the causative passive, we have to go over the Godan conjugation crash course for about.
Okay, Golang communication class course. We are not gonna do that today. But anyway,
うん。
yes, as you know, like the verb has three groups: irregular,
うん。
一段 verb,
ウーバー、ナンバー。
Golang verb. Yes. So let's see. For example, 歩く、行く、Golang verb.
The Godan, the name Godan, so 5 steps,
5
refers to the
steps.
5 different hiragana sounds, the vowel sounds in hiragana.
Mm-hmm.
A, I, U, E, O.
Godan.
With u endings of verbs being the dictionary forms
Dictionary.
of verbs. So if you
歩く。
move up and down this hiragana chart with the endings of the verb, so you change the dictionary ending here, ku, to, for example, in aruku, to walk, to ki, so aruki, and then add an ending, like a different ending, you get one of the conjugations in Japanese. So that's what Godan conjugation is. You just move up and down this chart, add an ending, sometimes you don't, and you get the conjugation. So it's actually quite simple.
Mm-hmm.
So, for the causative passive,
Uh-huh.
you kind of expect that what you would do is take the causative conjugation, which we learned last week. So for aruku, that would be arukaseru. And then you just drop the ru and add the passive ending, which we learned in lesson 21, which would make it arukaserareru. Now, that's actually fine. Grammatically, it's correct. That's okay. You can do that. So if you know how to make the causative and the passive, you just make the causative, drop the ru, and add the passive ending, and then you have it. But it's much more common, and Genki points this out, at least, yeah, it's much more common for all Godan verbs except for those that end in su. Let's make it as complicated as we can, right? To go to the a column and then just add saseru. So we come here, we go to the a column, aruka, and then we add saseru. So arukasareru, not saseru, sareru. Sorry, I might have messed that one up a few times. Aruku, aruka, arukasareru. I'll go over what we use the causative passive form for in a little bit, so I'm just going to go over the conjugations quick first. So, for ichidan verbs, so that's ones that end in the sound iru or eru, you just drop the ru and add saserareru. Now, you may notice that this is actually exactly the causative plus the passive. There's nothing special about this. You're just taking the causative of an ichidan verb. For example, taberu becomes tabe saseru, and then you drop the ru and add the passive, rareru. That makes it a little bit simpler. And so for miru, you drop the ru and then saserareru. So you can think of it either way. You can think of conjugating the causative and then adding the passive ending, or you can just think of it as dropping the ru and adding saserareru. I feel like that's a little bit easier for me, but it's the same. So whichever you find easier. For verbs that end in su, it's the same thing. You can think of it two ways. Drop the su and add saserareru, or it's the causative plus passive. So for the causative, you can move up to the a column and add seru. So hanasaseru. And then the passive is rareru. So you drop the ru and add rareru. Hanasaserareru. For verbs that end in su. You got all that? Perfect. I'm sure it's perfect. So
話す actually 話す話させる right? So 話させるプラスられる話させるプラスらせる but actually same form as 歩かせる like yeah because 話すす becomes さ that's why form is same as sorry 一段食べさせる話させられる well, so if the verb end with させる always same for example 壊す壊す gonna be 壊させられる yes 壊す壊かさせられるはい so the ending す is actually follow the same formula as 一段 in the end させられるさせられる okay let's see irregular
for irregular verbs, suru is saserareru and kuru is kousaserareru. The nice thing is you're probably not going to need to use this too frequently. You may see it though, so understanding it when you see it will be helpful. But
exactly so as she mentioned you are not going to use that much so don't worry that's one point so する causative させるプラスられるさせられる来る you have to remember 来る what is that 来る
Kuru is come.
そう
こさせる。
こうさせられる okay so せる this sound or させる sound makes us think the causative nuance on the other hand られる makes Japanese natives think the passive nuance that's why we combine these two ingredients させ or せ plus られる then you can perfectly convey this nuance of causative passive. So what's Andy mentioned for Godan verb? Yeah, can you explain? This is the yes, this is the basics. However, what did he said practically?
Practically, う syllable? No, sorry. なんだろう。そう、5段、so change the go, change the conjugation.
Yes.
So
How?
Five. So that I forgot.
Here we go.
Divide.
So
Five.
only Godan verb has this exception. You are not going to use this long version, which I count. 歩かせられる so 歩かせられる takes 7 syllables so but instead se and la connected and make up one sa sound so 歩かされる oh you successfully reduced one syllable 歩かされる歩かされる so you might get confused wait what should I do okay, of course you can say when you say you can say this one 歩かせられる why? Because it's the way you make causative and you just put passive added, right? So much simpler way of thinking. And 歩かされる is the shorter version. 歩かされる So native might use, but you don't have to use. Just you have to notice. Okay. So, Yukiko, I have a question. Which one would you like to? Which one would you usually use?
歩か される. Maybe I think 歩かせられる.
歩かせられ
I
る。
don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I don't know. So maybe I say, 歩かせられるというか、そう歩かされる. So I don't know. So like, so some people says like that. So 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 we confused. So making the sentence. So even Japanese, and then so 歩かされる. So but so like this situation なんかこんな感じじゃないですか？なんか
No, no, no.
わかります？
That's exactly mentioned. Andy in this video just said, like his partner Yuki is like having a hard time to making up the causative passive. But we have to
Yeah.
we have to confirm. Is this the right form? Is this the right form?
Yeah. Yes. Maybe confused.
It, you guys, like as we mentioned last week, the causative is okay. Causative we use. 歩かせてください。私に食べさせてください。私に話させてください。Let me do it. Let me do it. Actually, it's quite common, like in a, like a, especially like polite, like a scene, like business or public. However, or like a conversation with a stranger. However, られる is another deal because they claim you are suffer, right? Somebody ordered me and I experienced suffers, kinda. So it's a
So we don't have much time to with this situation. Maybe then so maybe
yeah. We don't have much
we are not used.
occasion. We don't have much occasion to use this.
Yeah, we are not used to.
Okay. All right. So then when we gonna use, let's make sentence. Oh, by the way, させられる. But I think させられる I hear more common because する is much more like a, high frequency. High frequency.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's review. So this is it, right? So doer は director にはさせられます。はい、どうですか皆さん。毎日誰かがあなたに何かをさせますか Causative. Okay, let's make causative sentence. どうぞ。
勉強させられる？
ちょっと待って。You make a pass this formation causative first.
Okay.
誰
母が私に勉強違う。私は母に勉強させられる。
ちょっと待ってね。I make this formula. 誰かにあなたは何かを
Okay.
させ
Okay, yeah, so question is 誰かがあなたに
何かをさせますか Yes. 誰かがあなたに何かをさせますか This is director question sentence. Whose director is it? Who direct you? So this is causative. So, on the other hand, 誰かにあなたは何かをさせられますか Causative, passive. 誰かにあなたは何かをさせられますか Okay, let's close into the particle. First of all, this is action takers question. That's why action takers question, agent question, always take が particle. 誰かがさせる But usually, あなたに you are the victim. Victim are always marked by に particle. 何かをさせますか So, like action itself is basically the take direct object. 宿題をさせます。母が私に宿題をさせます。Okay, but if you make your own sentence from it, director marked by に particle instead. 母に、お母さんに。And your sentence, 私は normal は particle. 宿題を Then conjugation させる become
させられます。
させられます。母に宿題をさせられます。 はい、他には、
食べさせられるとかか
うん、
な。母に私は人参を食べさせられ、野菜を食べさせられます。
OK。じゃあ、もう変えるね。父にするね。
なんでさせられる。
はい。他には何かあるかな。
うーん。あそうで、なんだろう、させられる。留学させられるかな。
あ、いいね。
させられる。わかんないけど、
学校にして学校。学校に。親は子供に、子供は親に。
子供は親に、
はい。学校に
生かされる。生
生
か
か
さ
される。
生かされる。
はい、出ました。プラクティカルフォーム。生かされる。OK、ノーマルフォーム。生かせられる。はい、どっちでもいいですよ。はい、子供は親に学校に行かされる。子供は親に学校に行かせられる。This is a causative form. Okay, so when do you use causative form specifically, Yukiko? One.
When? This situation?
When
Okay,
you
someone command.
Mhm.
Okay, when someone commands to other one, so to like me, so we can use そうさせられる。
Yes,
So
but
it sounds so it depends on that. It sounds a little bit so like forced to something.
exactly. So when you especially you are not happy about it, then you use it. So it's kind of all the sentence connotates like discomfort, discomfort, like unhappy, kind of nuance. Okay. On the other hand, if you wanna express like you're happy with it, like how can you make a sentence? Okay, let's change. Here we go.
Okay.
私は Okay,
Okay.
either way, fine. Okay, let's say 母に
Maybe not
maybe
good. I think 子供を親に学校に行かされる is a better example, I think.
But I think we can do all the thing.
Okay. Okay. 母、
happy sentence. 母に
母に
私は宿題を happy sentence
I don't come on.
させてもらいます。So if you need haha's permission, you can make this sentence. But usually, 宿題 is your business, and you
Yeah.
never get permission. That's why this is a little bit off.
Mm.
But you know, like haha is like a strong, like a opposite 宿題 system. Then you get a permission from 母。母に私は宿題させてもらいます。させてもらう。So I'll let 母 permit me to do 宿題。Yeah, indeed. It's not like it's not so much. Come on, okay. 父に
父に私は人参を食べさせ
てもらいます。So 人参 is weird, but for example, let's say 和牛。you know, you need a power, you need a money. So 父は私に和牛をNo, it's not もらう、ゆきこ。Wow, Japanese people, guys. Not もらう、not もらう、what is it? くれます。
くれます。
Because Oh, I'm sorry. It's もらう。I forgot. I misread the particle. Yeah, 私は This is 私は sentence.
行かせてくれる。
Yeah.
親は学校に行かせてくれる。
That's good, that's good. Yes.
行かせられる。
母に私は宿題をさせてもらう。私's action I receive. 父に私は和牛を食べさせてもらいます。食べさせてもらいました。よかったね。はい、子供は
子供は親に学校に行かせてもらう。
はい、学校に行かせてもらいます。If they see the benefits, if you are happy, you use もらう instead. So here, there is no passive anymore because you're happy about it. So when you're happy, you use this もらうくれるverb. Yes.
But so 父に私は和牛を食べさせてもらいます。It sounds like a little bit not a permission. So this is a like action. So chichi is so like so grab the spoon and it's so like so into the mouth. So her mouth.
Yeah. 父に和牛を食べさせてもらいました。父にバナナを食べさせてもらいました。But you know, like お父さん和牛が食べたい。和牛が食べたい。食べさせて。食べさせて。And finally, I got.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
食べさせてもらった。So it was a very difficult task to achieve, and you finally did. Like because you needed someone to have a power.
Okay.
Yeah. So させられる、させてもらう。This kind of dynamic. If you're happy, させてもらう。Or someone させてくれる. Like I want you guys to like you use both way because you know sometimes you're happy, sometimes you are not happy. You always express your feeling in a sentence. That's a Japanese grammar. That's a Japanese conversations point, and we never miss the opportunity to express our feeling. If we have a chance, if we have a box for られる、くれる、もらう, we are willing to use that box. So if you guys drop the opportunity, your sounds really not native. So please, so if you see the opportunity, okay, this is a opportunity to express your happy feeling, you can't miss it. You have to add くれました. You have to add もらいました. That's the Japanese thing already. Okay, that's it. Let's move on to the next topic. Big topic. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.